Stop waiting to feel ready. You already are. If you're new here, hi, my name is Josh Holland. I'm a music producer and artist with over 7 million streams with artists such as Buried Alive and Lyrizone. I spent 25 years building a career in music, and I want to help you remove the mental barriers and build the systems to finish your work and grow. If you're waiting to feel qualified before you call yourself a musician, producer, or artist, you're going to be waiting forever. Are you genuinely still learning and developing, or are you using these as excuses to avoid finishing? Because there's a huge difference between early exploration and endless avoidance. Imposter syndrome is solved by building undeniable proof that your brain can't argue with, and that proof comes from work, not warm feelings. The uncomfortable truth about feeling ready. Here's what nobody wants to hear. Imposter syndrome isn't a confidence problem. It's an evidence problem. You feel like a fraud because you haven't built enough proof that you're not one. All of the affirmations and positive self-talk in the world won't fix that. Only action will. Stop trying to feel ready and start building proof. Think of confidence like a stool. If you only have one or two legs, like good intentions and positive thoughts, you'll wobble every time someone questions you. But stack more legs under that stool, finished songs, completed projects, real results, and it becomes impossible to knock over. My stack of proof, because experience matters. Want to know how I know this works? Here's my evidence. A band I produced went from calling themselves a garage band to securing management and touring with Yngwie Malmsteen based on the songs we created together. I've helped artists like Lyrizone evolve from using random beats to creating full cinematic nu metal productions where I play guitar, bass, drums, and program everything needed to tell their story. When Buried Alive asked for mastering help, I created a YouTube video walking through my process, and they used that education to finish their entire album. According to Muso.ai, I have extensive music credits across the industry. But here's the thing, I didn't start with those credentials. I built them one project at a time, one finished song at a time. And you know what really drives this home? Watching reaction videos to the songs I've produced. I'll never forget the moment a reactor got excited during a Lyrizone track, saying that my slap bass and that his vocal style reminded them of Faith No More. Or when somebody compared my vocals on Everything Is Fine to Chad Gray from Mudvayne. Those moments hit the teenager in me hard, but they only happened because I finished and released the work. Each completed piece of work became another leg under my confidence stool. The evidence building system. Stop trying to feel ready and start building proof. The weekly evidence rule. Finish something small every week. A riff, a beat, a rough mix. Size doesn't matter. Completion does. Public accountability. Share your work, even if it's rough. Other people's validation matters less than the evidence you're creating for yourself. Count your wins. Track what you complete. Your brain needs concrete proof, not abstract feelings. Pushing through client fear. When I work with artists, I constantly push them past what doesn't feel ready and help eliminate each excuse until the only thing left is fear. Then it's about pushing through and finishing it for the world to decide. Art isn't for everyone, but if you get it out there enough, you'll find your tribe. Stack the legs. Each finished project becomes undeniable evidence that you can execute, not just dream. The reality check. Here's the honest truth. Imposter syndrome doesn't disappear because you suddenly feel worthy. It recedes when you build so much evidence that your brain runs out of arguments. But even then the pendulum still swings. I'll work on something one night and go for a jog listening to it feeling like it's perfect. The next day, second guessing everything. That's part of being an artist. But now I use that as a guide. Am I afraid others won't like it, or does it genuinely need more work? Both can be true depending on the song. The difference is now I have enough evidence built up that I can distinguish between fear and actual problems. When we were working on 23 Knives with Lyrizone, we decided to use Greek instruments alongside nu metal elements. We knew it might not be the radio hit, but we trusted it would be like Avenged Sevenfold's Little Piece of Heaven. Not necessarily the single, but a fan favorite. And that's confidence built on evidence, not just feelings. The real cost of perfectionism. So here's what perfectionism actually cost me. The chance to be known faster. If I had been releasing imperfect performances and finishing songs consistently, I would have built a fan base over time. People would have discovered me, followed my journey, and grown with me. Instead, I disappeared from music for years, and when I came back, I had to start completely fresh a few years ago, building an audience primarily online because I no longer had local momentum. That's the hidden cost nobody talks about. It's not just unfinished songs on your hard drive, it's missed opportunities, unbuilt relationships, and watching someone else live the idea you were too scared to execute. Building evidence right now. You want to know something? I'm building evidence right now with this series. Part of my brain asks, who are you to teach somebody about mindset and production? There are plenty of others already doing it. But here's my counter evidence. I've been producing full-time for 7 years and I'm one of the happier people I know. The Muso.ai credits, multiple tours with artists I've produced, working with Buried Alive, hundreds of thousands of streams, that all gives credibility. But it never feels different because people like me, and likely you if you're watching this, constantly move the bar. It's about slowing down long enough to take in the wins first. I'm not teaching this because I've conquered imposter syndrome. I'm teaching it because I've learned how to act despite it. And every time I choose action over waiting to feel ready, I build more proof that the system works. Your action steps. This week, Finish one small thing. Doesn't matter what, just finish it. Remember, finished beats perfect. Share it. Post your completion in the accountability thread. Proof matters more than the polish. Count it. Add it to your evidence list. Start building your stack. Support others. Cheer on somebody else's evidence. Confidence is contagious when it's built on real achievement. Remember what we covered about finishing songs. The only thing that is doing the thing is doing the thing. Now we're adding why. Each finished piece becomes undeniable evidence that builds unshakable confidence. Community challenge. Here's what I'm doing. I'm building evidence right alongside you. Every video in this series, every person who gets value from it, it becomes another leg under my confidence tool. I'm not creating this content because I figured it all out. I'm creating it because I've learned to act despite not feeling ready. Drop a comment below. What's one piece of evidence that you already have that proves you're more qualified than you think? Maybe a song that got positive feedback, a technique you've mastered, or a client who trusted you with their music. Let's start recognizing the proof that's already there. The goal isn't to feel ready, it's to build so much evidence that your brain runs out of arguments. You already have more proof than you're giving yourself credit for. Stop waiting for permission to call yourself what you already are. So now you know that confidence comes from action. But what if you feel like you're working hard and getting nowhere? That's coming next. I'll show you how to recognize progress that you're probably dismissing and why you might be further along than you think. Check out Discipline for Dreamers if you want help breaking through these patterns. Link is in the description below. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.